Cayman Islands has long been a place of commerce and exchange, from the days of turtling expeditions and seafaring to the Cayman we know today, a vibrant, rapidly developing community of more than 130 nationalities. Over 6 decades, Cayman's twin economic pillars, tourism and financial services, have accelerated growth and driven the islands to achieve one of the world's highest GDPs per capita. But the pandemic era has reminded us of the island's vulnerability to external shocks. By fall 2020, Caymanian unemployment had reached 8.3%, and the islands had lost 1 in 10 workers to job loss and repatriation. With the world economy now transformed by the COVID-19 crisis, can Cayman continue to rely on its historic twin pillars to guide development? What are the jobs of the future? And how do Caymanians fit into this new economy? As sectors like construction, tech, and medicine attract investments, we take a look at how Cayman's labor force is being prepared for a disruption-prone and increasingly digital future. How are young Caymanians being equipped to excel in the areas of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, or STEM? And how do these disciplines fit into the practical, jobs-oriented world of technical and vocational training known as TVET? Investment in STEM education, sometimes called STEAM to include the arts, helps lay a foundation for students to evaluate and understand the world, regardless of their eventual profession. Rather than thinking of STEM's core subjects as separate pillars, we can think of them as one cohesive discipline that teaches us how to problem solve, think critically, and navigate life's challenges. Early childhood opportunities and youth involvement in STEM programs empower young people to dream and envision a future full of possibilities.
One of the reasons that we start having STEAM classes in kindergarten is because when students are very young, they haven't decided yet that there's something that they're not able to do.
And I've looked at some of my students at the end of their schooling, and I think if they'd had a better start, would things not have been different? And I think things would have been different. And that's where my passion came from now to go to early childhood education. Because people don't realize the impact and the importance, right, of that developing brain, right, first 5 years of life.
For teenage and adult learners, a solid foundation in STEM can support more successful and fulfilling professional outcomes. Combined with TVET and other job training initiatives like apprenticeships, STEM also creates a more agile workforce. In the Cayman of yesteryear, vocational training often came from arduous on-the-job experience.
We were seamen. We were boat captains. We were fishermen. We were builders. That's what made us special. That's Cayman kind.
Today, technical and vocational training starts in the classroom.
But the bulk of our people are going to carry this country and need to build this country. We need technicians. The money in this country is where you use your hands. It is in video, it is in technology, it is in automotive, it is in construction.
And in an ideal world, that classroom training translates to professional opportunity.
If we were able to drive more students to the trades, whatever they may be, we would be able to solve a lot of the issues in terms of employment in Cayman. And I still feel that, and I've been advocating this for 25 years, is that we do not have a formal apprenticeship program that's overseen nationally by any government, and it's a shame.
So all of these positions that we see companies having to bring individuals overseas to come in and fill, we could actually be training young Caymanians to fill these positions down the line. The only thing is that we need to also create educational opportunities that meet the demands and meet the criteria of these employers.
Cayman is a land of opportunity. Everybody else comes over here and sees it as a land of opportunity. And sometimes our own people don't see that. So it's about letting the students know, listen, you have what it takes to be successful. Sometimes you just need to dig deep and find it. Yeah.
After generations of encouraging Caymanians to depart from hands-on vocations in favor of white-collar jobs in banking and finance, could technical jobs once again hold the key to progress? And how well do Cayman's current educational opportunities complement the demands of growth sectors like health, construction, and technology?
I'd rather see them involved in construction and electrical and all of those other areas, hair and beauty, than to be out there involved in crime. And to me, that's what's most important. We are showing these young people a different way of life, that you don't have to go there and deal with drugs and this and that and things that are illegal. You can get involved in something that is going to help you to feed yourself, help feed your family, and to make yourself and your parents and the country proud of you.
There's a lot of formal education that's not there, and I feel that it's important to be able to get the best rounded possible individuals that they need to go into these programs to get the foundation. And then from that foundation, then they can go into the industry and slowly start to get the experience, and you get a better worker.
With plumbing and electrical, you do have those paths locally here, but on the construction, heavy equipment, there's not a path here for that.
The hardest year was last year because it was COVID. We had to lock down the schools by mandate, and we could only do things on Zoom. So it was like, hey guys, this is when I need support. I had to chop the prices and by 50% to attract some people. I had to ask my staff to take a pay cut because I still had to keep the school open and pay the rent and blah, blah, blah. So it was a very, very difficult year, and I had no government support at all.
When local job seekers find themselves feeling frustrated or disenfranchised, what are the resources to get back on track?
One of the biggest things that I noticed right away was we had many young people that were just being written off. They could not fit into our public education school system, so we either pushed them through or we pushed them out. It was time to create something that people could come and get professional development, could get viable qualifications.
A lot of individuals reached out to us to help them rebuild their resumes or rebuild their LinkedIn profiles, or even to upskill themselves, so helping better their soft skills or specific skills needed for when their industry opens back up or when the employment market is more open to hiring people.
Over several months, Cayman Current interviewed dozens of students, workers, employers, and educators on the state of job training and career opportunities in Cayman. At the center of this conversation are young Caymanians who face a uniquely competitive and international labor market. As of fall 2020, Caymanians comprised 57.5% of the population, but only 48.4% of the workforce. That's after the islands shed more than 5,100 foreign workers due to the crisis.
It is competitive to the point that it's almost cutthroat, really, because it's just, it's really, really hard to find a job. It's like, I remember when I was job hunting, it's like entry-level positions required qualifications that didn't match the job. It was really discouraging. And it's like, it was discouraging for me, and I managed to find a job, with the help of the work agency, right?
Caymanians aged 15 to 24 years old suffer the highest level of unemployment of all demographics in the islands, 21.9% as of the fall 2020 labor survey, followed by 25 to 34-year-old Caymanians with 12.8% unemployment.
I have studied engineering for the most part. It was nearly finished, but I took a break. During that break, I came back to the Cayman Islands and worked at Atlantis Submarines as a tour guide, maintenance, and then moving up to pilot. So during that time, I was saving money to go back to studies because, university is quite expensive. So unfortunately, the hiccup was COVID came, so wasn't really able to continue my work, tourist industry and all. But ironically, it did help out for my studies because I could do remote study now. So I didn't have to travel, pay for all the visas.
I left the police when I was like 22. So this is like literally just 2 or 3 months before the pandemic hit. And then the lockdowns happened, you know. So for months I was just living off of my savings, and I'm grateful that I had those savings to live off of, but I've just been recovering from that financially.
Once you are deemed that you are Caymanian, that's it. They write you off. We only have the 5% of us who are so hardworking. Our work ethic is incredible, but we can't show it because we're not offered that opportunity. It is very intimidating, but this is something where, our mentors need to step in and say, this is for you.
The pandemic era has intensified conversation around workforce investment and professional training opportunities for Caymanians.
So what we want to do is take training to a whole new level. Unfortunate thing is that every time I reach out to the government, it just doesn't go well. So I have reserved myself of doing what I can for the folks that walk through my door.
And inspired new private sector initiatives to address local employment needs.
Our mission for Connect is to support Caymanians and the wider Cayman community so that everyone can achieve career success through guided access to education, training, but also employment.
The Cayman government has budgeted $4.7 million in 2022 to advance workforce initiatives, including funding for employability courses like Ready to Work, efforts to connect job seekers with employers, and development of national TVET, internship, and apprenticeship programs. The budget represents a 59% increase in the estimated spending for such services in 2021.
The work agency is definitely one of those small steps or even big steps forward, because it's like they're not just helping you to improve in your job hunting capabilities. They're also, it's like a pseudo therapy session, right? Because I had a really good group when I went into Ready to Work, and it's like we were all able to share about some really rough experiences we had, and discuss how things could be done better in the future, and it was just a great experience overall. And it's like you got that, so they're helping you with some of the soft skills that make you a more marketable employee.
Nearing the end of the courses for work, they had opportunities for everyone to just continuously apply for jobs, and you have your teachers there. They will help you for your resumes, help make sure it looks the best it possibly can. And for me, as I was looking for an engineering job, there was not too many picking. Like I said, it's a very minimum amount unless you got the full degree and everything. So they had an opening for the Ritz as an engineer too. All around, you learn a lot of things. Even if you didn't know all of it, you will learn very quickly. It's a very hands-on job.
Among efforts to advance the Caymanian workforce, mentorship and career coaching provide immeasurable benefit.
I just have to say, anybody who is a mentor to you, don't forget them. Always just send a quick email or a phone call or even some flowers and just say thank you. Even if it's years down the line, just that simple thank you, because you will always remember how they helped you ahead.
Because if Mr. Miles didn't believe in me and given me an option to do what I needed to do, I would still be at home doing nothing, or, I don't even know what I would be doing right now.
Returning to the labor market doesn't just equate to economic opportunity. It means growth and the ability to dream of achieving bigger goals.
I really love my job and really love what I do. No matter where I'm at, I'm very adaptable to any environment, which I found out. I love a good challenge, and I really just want to make a difference for myself, but as well as help others find solutions to any problems they have. That seems to be my strong point, so I really like to do that.
In the next few years, I would actually like to resume my schooling, which the public transport unit will actually be helping with, which I'm really grateful for. From there, I'm going to kind of play it by ear, because it's like I can see myself staying and working with the public transport unit, but I'd also like to try my hand, in the private sector, maybe with compliance, because that does fit in with my previous skill set as a police officer.
Ideally, if I were to say after getting a bit more experience in the engineering field, I would love to, well, ideally, make an engineering firm. So, you know, it would be good to have for young Caymanians as well.
On the next episode of Island Jobs, we explore private sector efforts to provide training and vocational education on island. First, we visit Inspire Cayman Training Center in Red Bay, where we sit down with owner and director Michael Miles.
The Cayman Islands sit on a global platform. We have to teach our kids to be competitive.
And meet Inspire graduate Antoine Powell.
So the stigma behind blue collar jobs is more of an old fashioned thing that I see that's going away more now. I see more people in my year, my peers, really looking after more blue collar jobs now. No one really wants to be behind the desk.
Before stepping into the classroom with Inspire's Intro to Automobiles course in Georgetown's Industrial Park.
And we have both the theory aspect of it and the hands-on practical aspect.
And shifting to a different kind of hands-on education at Cayman Career Academy on Smith Road, where students are becoming certified in beauty and spa therapy, despite the limitations created by COVID.
We had like 700 work permit holders in this profession, and that's why they were asking, can we train people locally?
We visit UCCI's evening courses in HVAC and electrical installation.
I'm certain that they have a job for every one of them that completes that course.
Tune in next episode for more of Island Jobs. And in the meantime, follow the island's latest education news at www.caymancurrent.org or join in the conversation by emailing us at news@caymancurrent.org with your thoughts on TVET, STEM, and Cayman's workforce.
Hey. Lord, Lord, Lord. Well, 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 well. Yesterday I was broke. Today I got paper beyond your dreams. Past gone up in smoke. And everything ain't what it seemed. Real